Hi, welcome to the PrismERP technical demonstration. Today we are going to learn about the Pre-Sales CRM module in PrismERP. Pre-sales CRM helps organization manage the complete sales process before a sale is finalized. It allows businesses to plan marketing campaigns, manage organization, track business opportunities, monitor potential deals, prepare quotation and estimate, schedule customer interaction and contact service all form one centralized system. In this session, we'll go through the complete pre-sales CRM workflow starting from campaign, organization, opportunity, potential, quotation, estimate, activity, and finally survey. So let's get started. First, we are going to create a new campaign. From the CRM menu, click on the Pre-sales CRM campaign to add campaign. A campaign is used to plan and manage marketing or promotional activities. It helps businesses organize their marketing efforts, generate leads, and monitor the opportunities created from those campaign. This is the campaign creation page. First, enter the campaign name. Next, enter the budget allocated for this campaign. Then enter the expected revenue, which represents the estimated revenue the campaign is expected to generate. Now enter the expected opportunity. This indicates the estimated number of business opportunities expected from this campaign. Next, select the frequency. Depending on how the campaign will be conducted, we can choose custom, yearly, half yearly, or monthly. I'm going to choose custom. Now select the status. Initially, I'm selecting planning. As the campaign progresses, we can change the status to active. Once the campaign has ended, it can be updated to inactive or closed also. Next, select the start date and end date. Now select the source type, whether it will be project or center. Now select the source. Select the branch from where this campaign will be managed. Next, select the campaign lead who will be responsible for managing this campaign. Enter a short description describing the purpose of this campaign. Now select the campaign type. Campaign type is used to classify the objective of the campaign. For example, it can be brand awareness, customer acquisition, customer retention, or multiple types. I'm going to select customer acquisition. We can also add customer campaign type from here. We can add campaign type from this option. Next, let's add the objective. Enter the objective here. Now we can add terms and conditions if we want. I'm going to skip this part. After entering all the record information, click Save. The campaign has now been created. This is the campaign list. From here, we can search and find out a campaign by using these filters. If required, you can also generate a campaign report from here. We can change the status of campaign as it moves to different stages. Right now the campaign is in pending status. Let's make it active. If the campaign is temporarily stopped or paused, you can change its status to inactive. This means the campaign is no longer running but can be reactivated later if needed. Once all campaign activities have been completed and no further actions are required, you can change the status to close, which indicates that the campaign has officially ended. Now let's open a campaign. This is the campaign details page. Here we can view all basic details and we can edit its information. We can also view organization associated with it. We can view opportunities, activities, codes, and we can also assign team member from here. Now that our campaign has been created, let's move to the next step. The next step in Pre-Sales CRM process is creating an organization. From the CRM menu, go to Add Organization. Organization represents companies, institutions, or businesses with whom we communicate during the sales process. All opportunities, quotations, activities, and future customer information are maintained under the respective organization. This is the organization creation page. We are going to enter the information section by section. First, under the basic information, enter the organization name. Enter the organization code. If this organization belongs to another organization, select the parent organization, otherwise we can leave it blank. Next, select the contact by. This specifies the employee responsible for communicating with this organization. Now select the information source to identify how the organization was introduced into the CRM, such as through the website, SMS, sales team, advertisement, media, or channel partner. If applicable, select the customer category. I'm going to select corporate. Next, select the branch. We can add a description here if needed. Now let's move to location information. If the geographical location needs to be tracked, enter the latitude and longitude. Next is territory information. Select the national here, then select the team, select the division, select the zone, select the territory, and then select the route. Now we can enter company information, company contact information, and contact person information. I'm going to skip this part for now. Now let's move to address information. Here for billing address, select the country, then division, select the city, select the thana. Next, enter the shipping address. If the shipping address is the same as the billing address, simply enable same as billing. Otherwise, enter a separate shipping address. Once all the record information has been entered, click Save. The organization has now been created. This is the organization list. From here, we can search organization using different filters. We can also generate quotations or reports directly from this page. From here, we can also manage the organization status. Activate makes the organization available for CRM activities, while deactivate temporarily disables it without deleting any existing information. Once the organization becomes an actual customer, we can simply click Register as Customer. This is the organization details page. We can edit this information anytime we want. If we need to add multiple organizations at once, PrismERP also provides an organization import feature. From here, go to Import Organization. From here, we can download the sample file. After preparing the data in the same format, select the file and upload it. The system supports multiple formats. Now that we have created our organization, let's move to the next step, which is creating an opportunity. From the CRM menu, go to Add Opportunity. An opportunity represents a potential business deal that has been identified through a campaign, customer inquiry, referral, website, or any other source. It helps the sales team track prospective sales from the initial contact until they become potential deals or are discarded. This is the opportunity creation page. First, select the branch. select the party. Next, select the contact date. I'm going to keep the default date. If contact person is applicable, then select the contact person here. Now select the campaign. If this opportunity was generated from a marketing campaign, we can associate it with that campaign. Otherwise, we can leave it blank. Next, select the opportunity source. Next, select the opportunity owner. The opportunity owner is the person primarily responsible for managing the opportunity. Next, select the opportunity follower. The opportunity follower assists the owner by following up on the opportunity whenever required. Next, select the status. Initially, I am selecting new. As the sale process progresses, the opportunity can later be converted into a potential deal or moved to the junk opportunity list if it is no longer valid. Enter a short description about the opportunity if required. Now let's set the opportunity type. Select whether this opportunity is related to a product or a service. Select the product here. We can add multiple products or services if required. After entering all the required information, click Save. The opportunity has now been created. This is the opportunity list. From here, we can also manage the opportunity status as it progresses through the sale process. It begins with new when the opportunity is first created. If the sales person is attempting to meet the customer, it can be changed to trying to contact. Once communication has been established, it can be updated to contacted. If the opportunity is no longer valid or has no business potential, then it can be moved to junk opportunity. When the opportunity has been verified and shows strong sales potential, it can be marked as qualified, making it ready to be converted into a potential. We also have a separate junk opportunity list where opportunities that are no longer valid or no longer expected to convert can be managed. This is the opportunity details page. From here, we can review all information associated with this opportunity. If this opportunity is no longer valid, you can use this convert to junk opportunity option. Otherwise, when the customer shows genuine interest and discussion moves forward, we can proceed with creating a potential from this opportunity. Now let's move to the next step. Once an opportunity becomes more promising and enters the negotiation stage, we create a potential. From the CRM menu, navigate to Add Potential. A potential represents a qualified sales deal that has a higher possibility of becoming a successful sale. This is the potential creation page. First, enter the potential name here. Next, select the branch. Now select the date. I'm going to keep the default date. Next, select the opportunity that will be linked with this potential. Now select the potential owner. The potential owner is responsible for managing this potential deal. Next, select the sales stage. The sales stage represents the current phase of the sale process. We have multiple options here. Initially, I'm selecting negotiation. Now enter the probability percentage. I'm going to keep it 50. Probability represents the estimated likelihood of successfully closing this deal. Now select the expected closing date. Enter the expected revenue from this potential. If this is considered an important business opportunity, enable top deal. Enter classification if required. If any short description is required, enter it here. Now let's add the competitor list. The competitor list is used to record competing companies or products that are also being considered by the customer. Enter the competitor name here. Enter the product name. Enter the product price. Select the probability, is it high, medium or low? After entering all the record information, click Save. The potential has now been created. This is the potential list here. From here, we can search potential using different filters. As the sale processes progress, we can update the sale stage whenever required. This is the status option. When the customer accepts the proposal and the deal is finalized, you can change the status to closed on. If the customer decides not to proceed, you can change it to closed lost. If the deal is lost to another competitor, we can select closed lost to competition. This allows the sales team to monitor the outcome of every potential deal and evaluate sales performance. Now that we have qualified our opportunity and converted it into a potential deal, the next step is to prepare a quotation for the customer. From the CRM menu, go to Pre-Sales CRM, then to Add Quote. A quotation is used to provide the customer with the proposed products or services, pricing and commercial terms before confirming the sale. This is the quotation creation page. First, select the party. Now, select the connection requisition if applicable. Next, select the ROI if applicable. ROI stands for return of investment. It represents the expected return or business value that the customer may receive from the proposed solution. I'm going to skip this part. Now, select the branch here. Next, select the currency. I'm going to keep the default currency as PDT. I'm going to skip the subject. Now, select the date. I'm going to keep the default date. If available, enter the reference number. Now, select the valid till date. This defines how long this quotation will remain valid. Now, select the status. Initially, I'm selecting draft. Enter any additional remarks if required. Now let's add the product. From the product section, select the product and enter the quantity, click add. We can continue adding multiple products if required. For demonstration purpose, I'm going to keep one product. Now let's move to terms and conditions here. We can select template from here, but I'm going to skip terms and conditions from now. From the settings option, you can also add terms and conditions. From here, we can add new terms and conditions. After entering all the record information, click Save. This is the quotation list. We can change the log and update its status. Once the quotation has been reviewed and approved, you can continue with the next stage of the sales process. Now let's move to creating an estimate. From the CRM menu, go to Pre-Sales CRM and then to Add Estimate. An estimate is used to provide the customer with an approximate cost before preparing the final quotation and confirming the sale. This is the estimate creation page. First, select the party. Next, select the branch. Now select the date. I'm going to keep the default date. Select the valid till date. I'm going to select the status as draft. Then from the drop down menu, select the product and then enter the quantity. If multiple products needs to be estimated, we can continue adding them one by one. After products are added, the estimated amount will be calculated automatically. Once all the information has been entered, click Save. The estimate has now been created. This is the estimate list. As the customer reviews the estimate, its status can be updated accordingly. We're going to accept it from here. The status has now been changed to accepted. Now that we have prepared the estimate and quotation, the next step is to schedule and manage customer interaction through activity. Now we are going to create activity. From the CRM menu, go to Add Activity. Activities are used to record and manage all interaction with customer throughout the pre-sales process. This may include phone calls, meeting, demonstration, presentation, B2B meetings, emails, SMS, or customer visit. This is the activity creation page. First, select the activity type. We're going to choose demonstration. Now select the branch. Enter the subject here. Next, select the issue type. The issue type specifies what the activity is related to. It can be associated with a potential opportunity, campaign, code, product, or service. To choose campaign, then select the issue. Now select the party name. Select contact person if applicable. Now select assign to. Enter location if required. I'm going to skip this. Next, select the activity date. I'm going to keep the default date. Select the status. Initially, I'm selecting planned. As the activity progresses, its status can be updated whenever required. Now define the start time and end time. The system automatically calculates the duration based on the selected start and end times. Now, if required, you can select a next activity. For example, after a phone call, the next activity may be a meeting or a product demonstration. Enter a short description if required. You can also add employee attendee information, client attendee information. After entering all the record information, click Save. The activity has now been created. This is the activity list. We also have bulk add option, which allows multiple activities to be created at the same time. If required, we can generate reports by clicking on report or activity list report. From here, we can search activities using different filters. Now that customer activities have been scheduled and tracked, let's move to the final step of the pre-sales CRM process, which is creating a survey. From the CRM menu, go to Add Survey. This is the survey creation page. First, enter the title of the survey. Next, enter the topic. The topic identifies the purpose or subject of the survey. Now select the survey type. Survey type defines the category of the survey depending on the organization business process. I'm going to select face-to-face. Then select the target party. Now enter the estimated outcome. Next, enter the budget allocated. Now select the associated campaign. Next, select the survey lead. The survey lead is responsible for managing the overall survey process. Select assign to. Select the branch. Set the start date and end date. If the survey is related to a specific project, select the project. Enter a description if required. Now let's start the survey question. We can add multiple questions. First, enter the question. Depending on the information you want to collect, you can choose short answer, paragraph, single choice, and multiple choice. I'm going to choose short answer. If the selected question type is short answer paragraph, we can enter a narration to provide additional instruction or context for the respondent. If the selected question type is single choice or multiple choice, we need to enter the available option, for example, option 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can continue adding as many questions as required for the survey. Once all the survey information has been entered, click Save. The survey has now been created. This is the survey list. We can change its status as planning and postponed. From here, the participants can attend survey and give their response. We have now completed the pre-sales CRM workflow in PrismERP. Throughout this process, we created a campaign, added an organization, recorded an opportunity, converted it into a potential, prepared quotations and estimates, scheduled customer activity, and finally created a survey to collect valuable customer feedback. So that's it for the pre-sales CRM module today. Thanks for watching us. Bye.